Hi everyone, my name is IKUKO. How is it going? We're gonna move on to mold making from now on. The body is the biggest part of the teapot. That means it will take longer for the mold to dry comparing to the other parts. So we are going to deal with the body part first. The mold making for teapot's body part, or any part that involves a lid, is a bit special. So I'll give an explanation before we actually start. So this is how the mold will look like from the side. As you can see, the top part of the mold will include the joint section between the body and the lid. And the side parts are generally created before the top part of the mold. And if you create the side part of the mold, whose height is the same level as the top of the teapot model, this part of the side part of the mold will have very sharp edge, which is very fragile and will be definitely damaged in due course. So in order to avoid this, we can create the side part with this shape. And for that, we need to create this temporary section, which is actually nice to have while you are creating the side parts of the mold. And there's another thing. The top part of the mold needs a mouth hole where you will be pouring the slip in and out during the slip casting process later on. And since we are going to create the side part of the mold higher than usual, the mouth hole of the mold will naturally become deeper. Therefore, it will be quite tricky to create a straight and smooth surface mouth hole with backplate. So again, we better create this extra section in advance. Right, let's start working on this section. We had already created this mark while we were working on the model of the lid, so we can simply use this. Let's apply some soft soap. Like always, we repeat this applying and wash away procedure a few times. And then we build a wall around the joint area with backplate. By the way, this is very typical, an orthodox shape of teapot's top area. However, the design of my teapot has got these humps, which will create undercut space. If I create the mold with general way, the mold won't come off the model. So I'm gonna have to create an extra section from these top of the humps here. We need at least 15 millimeters of thickness from the top. And plaster. Right, this is what we've got. All we have to do is to make this top and side surface smooth with some tools. Okay, this section has been done. Right, the other section. Before we start, let's apply soft soap once again. And the buff clay. The bottom of the mouth hole for the top part of the mold starts from this point. So we create a wall outside this circle. The angle of the mouth hole is meant to be closing towards the top, but don't worry about it too much for now. We can create it with shaver tool and sandpaper later on. Also, make sure that the section you are working on will have enough of height. It must be tall enough to pop out of the mold's top surface level. Plaster. I think it's done. Right, this is it for today. Thank you very much for watching everybody, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye now!